The constitution has been followed to the letter. There are mechanisms that are supposed to be followed if a constitution is supposed to give way or pave way for a deputy president acting as president. And it has to be done by the National Council. Now, our peculiar situation is that we don't have one deputy president, we have three of them. The only authority or the only body with the legal authority, constitutional order to be able to do that is the National Council. That is what happened. And a leader was then chosen. But of course, I know that there are others who may then say, I also have to act. It's very unfortunate because you don't confer authority on yourself. You don't self-appoint. You are appointed by an organ. And the organ that is responsible in between congresses is the National Council, which has got over 288 members. That's what happened. Now, in terms of the General Congress, which is coming in 2019, that's the regular Congress. But some people may want us to go to an extraordinary Congress. It's another route to be pursued. But that is if the National Council chooses to then go there. So there's no unconstitutionality there. It's all unfortunate. In fact, it's actually unconstitutional to allege that the Constitution has been violated without any provision of the Constitution. I believe that the leadership comes from the people, and people are represented at various levels. The National Council is such a platform. The General Congress or the Extraordinary Congress, one such platform. So those platforms are all available. We could use the National Council platform, which is representative of all the provinces, the Youth Assembly, the Women's Assembly, and the representative of the parliamentarians. Or we could use the Extraordinary Congress, which again is all those other people plus some of the people from the wards. My Coupe and what she has claimed. She's not an endangered species. She's actually a protected, honorable, very important person as the vice president of the party. Nothing will happen to her. She's a happy deputy president of this party, together with Engineer Muzuri, and we are leading this party. Indeed, we are yet to receive a full report. We have received a preliminary report. The team is already doing a lot of work. They are already in Harare to investigate. They are also interviewing witnesses, people who have appeared on footage, to ascertain whether or not those people are indeed MDC or actually they are agent provocateurs. The 100 days of ED have been 100 days of commissions. Yes, he has done well in certain areas. We must give credit where it is due. I'm not a perennial pessimist. I'm also not an unobjective person. Where good things have been done, we acknowledge. But we must also be able to point at where things are not being done properly. The BVR has been a good platform, but it has to be audited. And that BVR audit has not been done. We don't know who is in charge of the servers. We don't know who is controlling some of the backstage things. Is there no evidence of preloading or postloading? Are we not going to have fidgeting with the figures, as has been the character? Are we not going to have people entertaining thoughts on tampering with the will of the people? We are going to engage ZEC, we are going to engage government. And this is why we are here at Harvest House. It takes two to tango. Once you blame another, you are not in charge. Once you bring arguments, you are not leading. Once we are in government, wait, we will not blame ZANU-PF. We will thank ZANU-PF for the alternative ideas. Once you start to blame another, it means you are not the government.